Hello again. Welcome back. In today's video, we will teach you how to use additional services in our system. This video is for those of you who offer not only accommodation, but much more, like extra pillows, wellness retreats, bike rentals, breakfast in bed, parking, late checkout, concierge, or anything else you can imagine to keep your guests happy and entertained. It's very easy to set up these additional services so your clients can add them to their stay while booking online. Your total revenue is sure to increase if you add these upselling options. To set up your services, go to Settings and Services. The first thing you'll see is a list of all services. They can be filtered if you're searching for a specific service, and they can also be adjusted using the yellow pencil button or deleted using the red X button. Now we'll show you how to create a new additional service and go through your options. You create a new service using the button with the green plus icon, which by now should be familiar. Settings is divided into two sections, Basic and Other. We'll cover both, starting with Basic Settings, which are crucial. The most important thing is the name of the service. In our case, let's create an optional service called Late Checkout, something we've all wanted at some point. Don't forget to translate the name to other languages, or at least to English, using the flag next to the text field. Your clients will display your booking engine in their language, and for clarity, it's better if you provide the translation, rather than relying on Google Translate. Next to the name is the price calculation. Some services are not paid as a one-time fee. They're calculated differently, like per person or per night. There are 6 pricing options altogether. You choose which one is best for your additional service. You can also adjust the VAT rate and set the order of the service. If you offer multiple services, this will help you organize them in your booking engine. Services will be displayed in ascending order with the lowest number on top. The next, quite important step is the price of service. We have 2 options. The price is the same for the entire year and the service can be ordered with any room, or the price varies by season and the service can be ordered only with some rooms. The first option is easier and used more often. You have a constant set price for your additional service. Now you enter the price in the currencies you accept. You don't have to fill in every currency. If you fill in only your default currency, other totals will be calculated by the set exchange rate. But if you want, you can set your own prices for all of your currencies. It's up to you. If you choose the second option, you need to add a new season for the service. Next, you have to select the time period and set prices. It's the same as the first option. The only difference is that you don't have to set prices for all rooms, and you don't have to set prices for all seasons. If you don't enter a price for a room, it won't be available to your guest while booking. If you don't set a season, it won't be available during that season. You can also have a different price for each season. If you save the first season you created, you can make another one and insert different prices. The second setting option will take more time, but you will be able to arrange more complex price settings. But for now, let's use the first option, the same price all year long. You may have noticed that in both cases we have 3 checkboxes right here: mandatory, web, and app. Mandatory means that when a guest creates a reservation, he will see the service as mandatory, and the price of the service will automatically be added to the reservation. This option is usually used for an after-departure cleaning fee. Web means that the service will show up on your booking engine and be offered to clients. You might have some internal services you don't want to offer clients. This checkbox allows you to do that. We will explain the use of this function more in the last part of our video. App means that this service will be included on our mobile application for reception, and also on Alfred, the app for our guests. If you don't check this option, the service won't be offered on the apps. The first part is ready. Now we can move on to other settings. Here you can set that the service can only be ordered if the reservation is precisely X amount of days. For all other reservations, this service won't appear on the booking engine. Services can also be merged into groups. This is useful if you have a lot of services and need to organize your service list. For example, you can create a group called Leisure, which includes services like wellness, bike rental, boat rental, etc. While booking, clients will see a list of these groups. By clicking on a group, they'll see all the services in that category. The choice option appears as a number or a checkbox. Some services can be ordered more than once. For example, a guest can book 2 extra pillows. But some services, like late checkout, is a yes or no, so you'd use the checkbox. The last 2 notable things in this section are the photo gallery and description. These 2 things will be seen by clients on your booking engine. You can load a picture like this. Both are optional, but it looks great if you have at least some pictures to accompany your list of services, so the client can see what they're ordering. If you add a text description, it's good to add translations for your foreign guests. The remaining 3 options are used when exporting documents. You can generate a segment, account segment, or VAT breakdown for a selected service. This information will also be included in XML reports for accounting software and exports by segment. Now let's take a look at how these services come into play. First, in the booking engine. Your guest will select these extra services in the second step of booking. So first choose the room, and then you can select additional services. The list will be shown here. As you can see, this service is mandatory. Here you can see how groups of services are displayed. If you click on the group, it will show you the list of services in this category. You can also see how the service price is calculated. If you select a service, you'll see a change in price of your reservation. Now let's see how services work in our system under Room Account. If you add a new item to Room Account, you'll be asked if you want to select any of the preset services or stock items. If you start to type, your options will be narrowed down, and you can select the service from the list and add it to the guest's account. You don't have to enter the full name of the service, or fill in the price, or change the VAT rate. Everything is already prepared. You can, of course, adjust the price or total number of items, if needed. You remember earlier in the video, when we were creating an additional service, there was a checkbox entitled Web. By not checking this box, the service will only be displayed here when you're adding services manually. It will not show up on your booking engine. Now you're ready to provide any and all services to your guests, whatever you think they'd like. See you next time.